Have you ever played the definitive 2D Mario experience? Well, if you haven't, 2003's Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, is now available to all Switch Online Expansion Pass members, with 38 levels hidden away through the collectible e-reader cards back in the day. Now, you get to experience the best of the Super Mario Advance franchise, and dare I say, the entirety of the 2D Super Mario franchise, celebrating games like Super Mario Bros. 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World, and Super Mario Bros. 3. These levels are just a dream to come true. Too bad back in the day it was inaccessible for most of us to collect all the e-reader cards, but thanks to Gameboy Advance Online, this is all possible, baby. My name is Shoein, aka MisterAwesome, and this is my e-reader level ranking video, from worst to best. So drop a like and subscribe for future Mario videos and live streams. Why? Because when I made this video, I made sure to live stream my entire experience playing these levels for the first time live, right here on this very channel. At number 38, we kick off this list with A Sky High Adventure. Honestly, a really dope level in concept, but it's the worst level in my opinion. There's no reason to do this level other than you wanting to 100% it, because the exit is right there. You can beat this level in 2.5. The game tricks you onto going through this door maze just to collect the coins and all the collectibles and stuff, but it would have gotten a higher spot on this list if it was a required thing to go through, and the fact that it wasn't was just a little eh. 37, Classic World 2-2. The most yuckiest classic level on this list, and I'm gonna be real honest with you, I strongly dislike water levels. The bloopers and different cheat sheet featured in this level don't help the yuckiness get any better. Oh, and there's a flagpole. More on that later. Number 36, An Aqueous Adventure. At first I was soothed because it was a bridge level, but then, a water level. Yuck. The frog suit is probably the best item to use here. I lied, it's not probably, it is the best item to use here, but still, it's a water level, and if you don't got the frog suit, it's annoying. And there's these fire bars that just add more to the difficulty of traversing through a water level. There's nothing special about this water atrocity adventure. 35, Rich with Ropes. This is that garbage part of Super Mario Bros. 2 I personally believe none of us liked, and it all has to do with climbing. It's annoying playing this on Switch because the Pro Controller's D-pad is honestly garbage. I can't believe Nintendo made a garbage D-pad, since you can very easily veer left or right just by holding up. I've noticed thanks to this level, I rarely like levels that have you platforming up. For the most part, they suck. Not all of them, but some of them like these, they do. 34, Bowser's Airship 1. A generic airship level. It was one of the final levels of the e-reader world, and at this point, I really stopped caring about airship levels. But the level after this, Bowser's Airship 2, is a whole other story. More on that later, stay tuned. 33, Airship's Revenge. This isn't the sequel to Bowser's Airship 1, but I'll be honest, I'm still tired of this airship format already. It was repetitive and annoying, and honestly, it's only higher than Bowser's Airship 1 because I like the design a bit more. Oh, and there's a Koopaling boss fight, which I guess is pretty dope. 32, The Old Switcheroo. The first P-Switch level on this list, it's not bad by any means, especially if you're trying to 100%, but I don't know, it wasn't something I was too crazy for. I like the use of hidden waterfall paths, it was really cool, you know, it made the exploration feel a little bit more worth it, but nah man. 31, Classic World 1-3. The level I always skip when I play Super Mario Bros., but instead of the classic mushroom platforms from that game, we just have wooden ones. Oh, and a flagpole too. Number 30, Classic World 1-4. Mario's first castle reimagined in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style is nothing new to look at. We saw this in Super Mario All-Stars. I will say this though, the fire bars I've noticed are 60 frames per second. That's pretty nice. And Bowser? Well, Bowser's as easy as ever. Don't let the footage shown here fool you. But guess what? You don't see Toad at the end. You get a frog suit, which helps you out in yucky water levels. 29, Vexing Doors, a ghost house level. It's puzzle-like and very time-consuming if you 100% it, but once you get the hang of it, you can beat this level really quick. Ghost houses are cool and all, but I'm not a huge fan of them, honestly. If it ain't a Luigi's Mansion, it ain't for me. Me no likey too much, but it was definitely a little difficult to 100%, I'll give it that. 28, Ice Dungeon. Nothing too memorable here, but besides the falling shelled enemies, carry around the spring for a bit, slide under some coins, and use the star to just completely demolish enemies. That right there is what made this level be up in the list, which honestly is pretty dope. The star power is a very, very amazing power-up, which I wish we used a lot more in the Mario franchise. But other than that, nothing to write home about. 27, Ice Cube. Another ice level. It's a castle ice level. Not really challenging. It's a mid-level if you ask me. It's better than the ice level that was previously mentioned. And it features a double boss. Dope. Definitely see better as we go on. 26, Groundwork. A Super Mario Bros. 2 level. And let me just start off by saying Sonic was in this level. There's a lot of digging, which is reminiscent of Super Mario Bros. 2, but I don't like it. It's the whole level, man. And it gets tiring pretty quick. There's an up section, which I like the most because it's way quicker going up than going down. But I'll be honest, yeah, no, it got really tiring. And I feel like this level could have used some Shy Guys. Why wasn't there any Shy Guys here? 25, Koopaling Confusion. So for this being one of the last e-reader levels, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. This would have been better if it was a boss rush. Maybe multiple Koopalings, maybe? The title makes me think that you're fighting different Koopalings, but you're not. You just fight Ludwig and that's it. And it's just another airship level. Next, 24, Treacherous Halls. This level isn't bad by any means, but for the very last level of the e-reader world, it's very underwhelming. It's super forgettable. I had to rewatch footage of it to remember what it was like for this video. And it's crazy because I streamed it and then as soon as I finished, I said, yo, I forgot how the level was. And what sucks is that once you beat the level, you fight a simple boom boom battle. The saving grace of this level, I'm not gonna lie to you, was the stomping of the enemies. I like that. I had a lot of enjoyment and it gives me that platforming sensation only Mario can. Number 23, Classic World 1-1. It's the first level of the Super Mario franchise. It's nice, simple, and to the point. Tried and true for the franchise, but there's way better levels after this. Number 22, Classic World 1-2. Just like the previous one, it's the second level from Super Mario Bros. Again, a tried and true formula, but also with a flagpole. 21, Armored Airship. This level played it safe. It felt like a regular Super Mario Bros. 3 airship level with the return of the rotating screws and fire breathing, whatever this is. And it's nothing too crazy. Nice surprise Koopaling fight, which reminded me a lot of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii bouncy ball fight. I forgot which Koopaling that was. But guess what? These bouncy balls actually hurt you. Where was that type of difficulty in new Super Mario Bros. Wii? Why is it in a Game Boy Advance level and not in a home console Mario game? 20, Puzzling Pipe Maze. I like this level. It had me interested throughout, and he gave us the Hammer Bro suit. It's annoying how when you throw the hammers, it sounds like the fire flower. This level definitely ate most of my time up, but overall a cool maze. I liked it. 19, A Wild Ride in the Sky. This is the first original e-reader level you play, and it shocked me with the surprise bullet bills. What? That happened pretty frequently. The outer scrolling part puts you to the test and honestly puts you on your toes if you're trying to 100% it. So you gotta be very careful when you collect these coins, because sheesh, was that really hard. 18, Parrow Beetle Challenge. This is a very challenging level. Dare I say the hardest level in this whole e-reader world. You need the Parrow Beetle enemies to progress, and obviously you gotta jump one to the other, as you can tell by the footage, unless you're hearing this video. But one slip up and you're done. You lose this and there's no checkpoint to make you start off from the middle. You die, you start from way back in the beginning, and it's very difficult. But man, as a guy who played Mario most of his life, I can definitely appreciate the difficulty spike. Shout out to the Nintendo Switch's emulator functions though. 17, A Musical Trek. The Return of the Magical Note Blocks. I'll talk about how I feel about the magical note blocks in a later entry in this video, but man is it annoying traversing through this. It's just really annoying. Luckily there's a part where you can skip a little bit of the BS by finding a hidden note block that launches you up to the sky. There's a lot of BS platforming here with the bouncy bounce whatever, but luckily the Tanuki Leaf makes this level a lot more bearable. If you don't have the Tanuki Leaf, well, good luck. 16, Slip Sliding Away. This is a Yoshi's Island level. The Fire Flower and Tanuki Leaf are a must if you're trying to collect all the coins. And oh, that Hammer Bro from Super Mario Bros. Is here too, which is kind of interesting since it's a whole different type of enemy. Penguins here are a menace. You can't stomp them, and they push you into oblivion if you collide hard enough into them. There's a nice pendulum section where you control the camera by swinging from left to right, and I found this super dope, and I'm honestly shocked that Nintendo hasn't put this in any other future Mario game, at least to my knowledge. This was something new and never before experienced, and why didn't New Super Mario Bros. Have cool things like this? This game came out, what, 3 years before the New Super Mario Bros. On DS? Come on, man. Number 15, Bowser's Airship 2. A sequel level to the garbage Bowser's Airship 1 does something that Mario games rarely do, and it starts you off on the previous level, which feels really great because there's some type of like continuation going on. I felt like a Sonic Mania level, I'm gonna be real honest with you, when you finish Act 1 and you jump into Act 2. Now, this is an airship level, I won't lie to you, but Bowser's going all out here with more cannon blasters and more Hammer Bro variants, and a surprise Bowser fight at the end. But enough with the airship theme. It was getting too overdone by this part of the game anyway. I like one that was towards the beginning of the game. We'll get to that later though. 14. Swinging Bars of Doom. The 60 frames per second bars are back and got their own level. I enjoyed it. I wish it added the right path element. If you choose the wrong path, the level just repeats itself. But no, it has its own variant where you just collect the coins. You can easily speedrun this level. Nothing too crazy. But I won't lie to you, there is a couple parts where you have to stand and analyze the situation before going all gung-ho. Oh, and this is the first double Boom Boom fight, which caught me off guard because it's a lot more difficult than the regular Boom Boom fight. So make sure to be quick on your toes. I'm not gonna lie to you, the rewind feature definitely helped me out here. 13. Vegetable Volley. This makes me sad. This level proved to me that you can have Super Mario Bros. 2 mechanics and also have regular Mario platforming mechanics mixed. It's such a joy to pull out vegetables with the fire flower and just stomp on enemies, and it's sad that Nintendo doesn't revisit the turnip pulling mechanic in future Mario games. I will say this though, beware of the poison shroom because that can definitely get you by surprise. 12. Pipe full of plants. Oh man. Doing this level without any power-ups beyond the super mushroom is a task, but I enjoyed the difficulty very much. If you want to have a bit of a tough time and see the level's true potential, do this just with the super mushroom. Or hell, just do this with the regular mushroom, with no power-ups. It gets really difficult, so best of luck. If you have the fire flower and Tanuki suit, you're fine. 11. A towering tour. This level started with the BS. Red platforms and yellow snake blocks, and these are annoying mechanics, I'm not gonna hold you, but they're manageable. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda liked it. And then boom, all of a sudden, you're in a castle level. This was shocking to me because I forgot this was a tower level. We were in the sky for so long, I was like, okay, I guess it's just another sky level. But I gotta say, this is the best use of the endless screen I've ever experienced. This is one of those, you go to the right, you end up in the left, and if you go to the left, you end up in the right type of scenarios. If you're watching the footage, you can definitely see what I'm talking about. I think because this was a level that instead of climbing up, you're climbing down, it made this type of level mechanic a lot more better, especially when it has to do with puzzles. Because trying to get to the right path is, you know, it requires some analyzing. There was definitely some parts that had me going, what the f? Number 10, No Time to Dawdle. Yes! A speedrun level with little to no time to complete. This is amazing. This was a challenging level, especially after those goddamn airship levels that I hated. This was such a breath of fresh air. It almost felt Kaizo-like, to be honest with you, and I enjoyed it very much. We definitely need more of these in the Mario franchise. 9. Caped Escape. Ah yes, the cape is back. The best flying power-up in all of Mario. There's a nice flying section which will kind of force you how to learn how to fly with the Mario World cape mechanic. And I had so much fun doing it. So much fun in fact that I went back to do it again. It's cool seeing Mario 3 Mario fly like this. Honestly, it really is. Number 8, it's a Shoein. Ah yes, a Goomba Shoe level. This is one of those levels where you need the Goomba Shoe to progress, which is nice because it tests your platform skills, has great usage of thwomps. Thwomps are really underutilized in the franchise outside of this level and the Mario Maker games. So it's nice to see that they're used as platforming other than just evading. Number 7, Bowser's Last Stand. Bowser's back with a nice final castle level. This castle level seems a lot more easier than the original, in my opinion, but it's a fun castle level with differing paths, careful platforming, and especially around the section that lifts the donuts very quickly, so you gotta make sure you're just booking it all the way to the right, or if not, you'll get got, which is kind of unfortunate. And after you beat all that, there's a second Super Mario Bros. 3 final Bowser fight. Once you beat it, you don't see Peach though. A good level though, I'm not gonna lie. Number 6, Magical Note Blocks. My stream viewers convinced me that this was a good level, and well, ultimately they were right. I just don't like the note block jumping mechanic, but I can't deny it adds a memorable charm to this level, which in turn makes it a lot more difficult for someone like me that likes to speedrun levels. It definitely puts me at a slower pace, and let me just say this before we move on. Screw this enemy right here. I don't even want to know its name at this point. Number 5, Sliding the Slopes. This level was a bunch of fun with the first slope at the beginning of the level. And be careful because once you're sliding down and you don't time your jump right, you're dead. There's also Yoshi's Island running section, which I sincerely think I can be here until the level time ends because it's just a lot of fun to just run around infinitely. You gotta trust your jumps and sliding. Again, sliding is just a whole lot of fun. 4, Doors of Plenty. Look, I said I didn't like Ghost House levels, but I liked this level in particular. This has has you carrying a key to open a door filled with puzzle mechanics like the coin trail from Super Mario World, where you control the coin's trajectory, the tried and true P-switch mechanic, and the yellow block switch from Super Mario World. After you get through the maze, you get to fight the Big Boo, which is recycled from Super Mario World, but at least for this game, it's new for the first time, because then you fight him again later on. But it was a nice addition to this level, I'm not gonna lie to you. A nice surprise. Number 3, bombarded by bob-ombs. I thought it was crazy for putting this level high on this list, especially because it's an airship level, and we all know how I feel about those at this point. But this was, in fact, one of the earlier airship levels, so it didn't outstay its welcome just yet. But it's challenging with the cannon shooting at various speeds, and the inside of the ship just being a bob-omb factory that is meant to keep you on your toes. If not, boom, you die. It's a really nice level, and I love that it's focused only on one enemy, and such a chaotic enemy at that. This was a dope mechanic. Number 2, Castle Dash. Speed, speed, speed. Better than a lot of Sonic levels in my opinion. Let me chill. I don't want any haters in the comments. Doing this level without items is tough. Platforming is a must, because one slip up and you're right at the beginning of the level. Especially if you die at the end of the level and you gotta go restart everything. It's a pain, but it's very challenging. But seriously, this was a fun level. I for sure suggest you to try this one out if you don't try any of the levels out. And to 100% this, let me just say, best of luck. Seriously. And finally, number 1, Sea to Sky. Our first encounter with the super feather, and boy oh boy, without the frog suit, it was very hard to get this super feather. Luckily, Nintendo provided me with the right tools to obtain this. After this level, I didn't want to let go of the cape power-up, because you know, it's the best flying power-up there is. There's like the reverse loopy-loop that is better than whatever Sonic got going on with his regular schmegular loop-de-loops. And honestly, this level was a better Sonic level, just because Mario always does it better than Sonic, Nintendo does what Sega ain't. Am I right? No, but seriously, it's a lot of fun running around as Mario, especially with the cape feather. Shoutouts to the MisterAwesome members for financially supporting the channel monthly, and to those amazing individuals who bought the merch. You guys look amazing. Make sure to check the perks of becoming a MisterAwesome member for $1.99, and the merch store to be part of the catalog of amazing people. And huge thanks to you for making it to the end of this video. Here, you get a P-Wing. Make sure to comment your favorite Super Mario Advance game in the comments down below, and I'll make sure to give you a comment with a P-Wing. Subscribe and drop a like if you haven't, and stay golden.